Hi everyone, welcome to Cupboard Creations. My name is Gareth and this is my little corner of the internet for playing with my food. Today I'm doing something which is a bit of a departure for me. Normally I'm a really kind of savoury only guy and never really go with desserts. But I made this one and I love it. It's got a little bit of savoury element to it, so it kind of sings to me. This is my Mexican chili chocolate stacks. Now it's rich, so these are only very, very small, but they pack an enormous punch. So we're going to start off really quickly with the base for these. So we've got 30 grams of butter here, which we just want to give a little blip in the microwave just to melt it down. Okay, so that's our butter melted down. Now we need is a bowl and 6 chocolate digestives or biscuits of your choice. I realise you can't get these everywhere. For this, something like a ginger nut or any kind of oaty biscuit, I've chosen to go with the chocolate ones just because, what the hell, it's a chocolate dessert, a little bit extra isn't going to hurt you. So what we want to do is just break these up. It's going to get messy, this. So you want these really quite broken down, so any big bits, give them a crush between your fingers. Right, so now those are broken down, just going to add our butter in. Keep getting messy, just mix that all around. Okay, so that's the base almost done. Now we're going to line these little rings I've got with them. Now, if you don't have any of these lying around, which you probably don't unless you make this quite often, there are a couple of things you can use instead. You can use just basically a toilet roll, cut it in half, line the inside with aluminium foil, and it will work just as well as these. In fact, it might even work better. Now I'm thinking about it, I spent ages trying to get them out of this. Out of a toilet roll, can just cut them out. But I'm using these because I've got them, basically. So we've got 4 of these. And what we want to do is split our mixture between those 4 and just hammer it down, squeeze it right down. So the best thing to do this is you can do it with your hands, but first rolling pin works really well. It should fit in perfectly. So just give them a good old squeeze down. Now if like me, pushing it down like that, you've got a bit around the edge, just get your finger, push those edges, just so you get a nice kind of level base to it. So there we go, that's what we're looking for. Just a nice kind of level base. Okay, so they're out of the way. Our next thing to start on is just to prep ourselves a bit with the chocolate. So I'm using really dark chocolate here, so we're using 70% cocoa. And I've tried it with a few others, I've tried it with 80, sometimes that can be a bit too bitter. I mean, I like it, but we want this to be a dessert, don't we? So we're going to use 125 grams of dark chocolate. We just want to break this into the bowl. Okay, so that's the last one of the chocolate. Let's save that one for later. And then to this, we're just going to add 15 grams of butter. Just break it up into little bits. Okay, so that's all done. We can put that to one side. Get things out of the way. We can turn our attention to the last little bit of prep, where we're just going to put together a cream mixture that will go with this. So we just want a saucepan, and we're going to put in 100 ml of double cream, some caster sugar, and a bit of vanilla extract. So we'll put the caster sugar in first, makes it easier to weigh. So we're looking at 25 grams caster sugar in here. Okay, lovely. Now to this, we're going to add 100 ml of double cream, which is nicely marked on the side for me. There's nowhere near. Very close. Perfect. Then just a couple of drops of vanilla extract. Okay, so that's all prepped. We're just going to put that on the hob, bring it up to a simmer. So we don't want to simmer it for any time, we just want to get that heat into it, because that's going to help us melt through the chocolate and butter. Okay, so as we're heating this, just want to keep it stirring, because we want all that sugar to dissolve. And it's going to come very quickly, you've only got 100 ml of liquid in there. Right, so that's all done. We can just take our cream mixture and pour it straight over the chocolate and the butter. Here we go. Get all of that in there. Right, now we just want to mix this through. So nice and gently. It might look like it's sort of split at the start, you'll get bits of chocolate. Just want to keep gradually moving it until you get a nice kind of silky ganache. Okay, there we go, that's what we're looking for. Nice and silky. We just get let those last few bits melt down. Lovely. So that's all done there. So now we're going to put in our little extras. So for this, I'm going to put in a good shot of tequila. There we go. Yeah, it's a good decent wedge. Then we're going to put in the juice of half a lime. There we go. You want to reserve your lime because I love a little bit of it, just the zest of it grated over at the end. So, get my hands off. Last thing that goes in here is our chili, which, because my hands are covered in lime juice, I can't open. There we go. We just want half a teaspoon of dried chili flakes. So you can toy with this a bit. If you aren't really into your hot stuff, maybe reduce it down a bit. But you are going to spread this between 4. So I'm going to put in about half a teaspoon. And then we just want to mix that through. Okay, and as you're mixing that together, it will just become really silky. Now it looks like it's going to be really liquidy, but once that's in the fridge, that'll set really nice. There we go. Really kind of lovely silky chocolate. Right, it's perfectly mixed. Now for the fun bit. Let's get it into the moulds. So, got my moulds. We just want to spoon it in, get it to the top. This is going to be messy and it's probably going to go everywhere, but we'll give it a go. Okay, there we have it. 4 perfect little rings. Now, what we're going to do now is just grab those, shove them in the fridge for at least an hour, probably 2, just so that they kind of harden up and set properly. You're going to need to take these out of the fridge probably an hour before you want to eat them. That's why this is, I mean, it's a great meal to do for a party, because you could do this 3 days before. It's not an issue. The amount of sugar and chocolate and that in there means it's not really going to go off. So you can just whack them in the fridge, forget about them, come back 2 days later when your party's all ready, whip them out, an hour later they're good to serve. So I'll get cracking with that, and I'll see you back here when it's time to get them out. Brilliant. So it's out the fridge now, it's had time, it's set, it's had about 2 hours in the fridge, it's all perfect. Taking it out, and we just want to try and get these now out of the rings. I say if you're using something like a toilet roll with aluminium foil in it, it will come out much easier, you can just cut it. With these metal rings, you've just got to really give it a shake. And it can take quite some time. Just keep warming it, keep shaking it. Here we we go, it's coming. Perfect. So there we have it. Our Mexican chili chocolate stack. Now all we need to do is plate this up. Just going to give that a slight brush over the top. Trim those edges down. Yeah, that's awesome. Tequila and that chili and the lime really comes through. So to plate it up, we're just going to slide it onto our plate. Grab ourselves some vanilla ice cream. I always like to use vanilla for this because you don't really want any more chocolate. This thing is so rich. I mean, it looks really small, but it's all you need. So just grab ourselves a nice scoop vanilla ice cream. And then when we had that lime earlier, just zested the edges of it. Just sprinkle a little bit of that lime zest over the top. Perfect. And there it is, my Mexican chili chocolate stack, vanilla ice cream. Really very grown up. But you can make it without the tequila, without the chili. The principle's all the same, so you can put any kind of ingredients in there you like. It's still an absolutely stonking dessert. So I hope you enjoy it, hope you give it a go. Catch you next time.